The Industrial Revolution began in Great Britain in the 1780s. The major causes of it will be the agricultural revolution of the 17th and 18th century. The agricultural practices were changed, and the food supply grew drastically, making food cheaper and the income in homes to last more. That caused the increment of domestic markets and the demand of manufactured goods. Many peasants were forced to move to towns because of an enclosure movement law that made landowners defense of common lands. By this, there was a big amount of people for labor supply in factories. Britain had a big supply of money to invest in new factories and machines. Natural resources in Britain were really helpful, since the rivers provided water power for the machines and an effective, fast way of transportation, which was later also positively affected by the Industrial Revolution. A major industry developed in Britain during this era was the cotton industry, which before was a cottage industry. That means the product was made by individuals in their rural homes. With the invention of the spinning jenny, the water power loom, and later the steam power, British cotton cloth production increased dramatically. In 1760, 2.5 million pounds of cotton were produced. 80 years later, with the effects of the Industrial Revolution, 366 million pounds of cotton were produced each year. By this time, cotton cloth was Britain's most valuable product. Sold around the world, British cotton was produced mainly in factories. Steam power or steam engine is considered as one of the most important inventions of the revolution, since it allows the machines with moving parts to be moved without manpower needing to be used. And machines were a big part of the whole change, and a big part of what conformed factories. Factories were another important element of the industrialization process. Factory owners wanted to produce at a fast, steady way. The workers had regular hour shifts in which they had a repetitive task in a sometimes dangerous environment. This, among other factors, caused the emerging of new social class groups. The industrial middle class, which were the owners of factories, market developers, and entrepreneurs, and the industrial working class, which were the workers in the factories. They were poorly paid, and normally, most of all the family had to work in order to gain enough money to fulfill their necessities. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain, but later expanded to other countries, such as Belgium, France, United States, and the German states. In these nations, the transportation system improved greatly, and many railroads were implemented. The Industrial Revolution was really helpful in forming the world we live in today. Without this period of time, we wouldn't be able to go and buy clothes. We will be producing our own food. Traveling will be long and tiresome, among other things. We should learn and know all the positive aspects the Industrial Revolution has given us.